It is the final day of Apartmentalize 2022, and there's still so much more to see and do, beginning with the best of the best in the rental housing industry, the NAA Excellence Awards.
Welcome everyone to the NAA Excellent Awards, where we recognize and celebrate the best of the best in the rental housing industry.
It's a huge honor to be recognized by the entire industry for the nation. It's amazing.
We're a little engine that could in Houston, Texas, a small family business that's now grown and doubled in size in the last 10 years. And just to serve the underserved of the Houston area is amazing for us.
And the winner is Cara House, Bella Investment Group.
The National Apartment Association is recognizing the importance of DEI for our industry, what it means to the other folks that were nominated, what it means to the DEI committee. It's just absolutely phenomenal.
Congratulations to all of the NAA Excellence Award winners. And someone else who is excellent in their field is Ashton Applewhite, author of This Chair Rocks, a manifesto against ageism. She led today's Game Changer session that tackled age discrimination in the workplace.
But how could any generalization about millions and millions of people born around the same time possibly be accurate? Generational stereotypes contaminate every corner of the workplace, from decision-making to how colleagues perceive and treat each other. And again, they obscure the rich, complex, way more interesting reality, and they make people feel devalued and excluded.
I really want people to think about how often age enters into their own thinking about their colleagues or prospective renters, prospective tenants, prospective business partners, and also friends and relationships in your personal life. Because if the landscape were more age neutral, it would be more equitable. And if we were able to be more age blind in your business and also in our personal lives, it's a better world, and it's a way better world to be young in and to be old in.
That was just one session in a packed agenda of top-notch educational programming all week long at Apartmentalize, like Powering Up, providing charging stations for EVS at your properties, Single in a multifamily housing world, and The New Built World, reimagining spaces to drive revenue opportunities. Everyone attending this week's education sessions is leaving with something they didn't know before.
The session I was in was really talking about the shifts that we're taking and how we're using spaces post-pandemic and how we can really monetize some of those office spaces and really tap into what resident needs are now in a post or close to post-pandemic world.
One was technology and how fast it's moving, and I alone cannot just keep up with it. So every time I come here, and it's probably about my 5th time, I learn so much cool technology on how to reach out to residents and keep them occupied and keep them satisfied, and how to do our jobs quicker. So that's one thing that I got to take away, and I always take away from that.
What I just came from, which is being your authentic self, it actually starts with me. It starts with how I'm thinking and feeling, and then how can I apply strengths and weaknesses to our organization to make a stronger organization.
I have the pleasure now of being joined by Andrea Graham, who is on the subcommittee, chaired the subcommittee that put together the wall, not just any wall, the NAA Gives Wall. Andrea, thanks so much for coming by and sharing with us this. It's a big family project, isn't it?
It is. So this year we had 125 submissions, and that was with 450 members and supporters of the National Apartment Association.
And tell us a little bit about, kind of summarize, if you will, some of the different things that were going on, and big events, small events.
Yeah, absolutely. So one that I can say from my submission was we did Rebuild Upstate, and we helped a person out in our community build a ramp for them since they have mobility possibly issues, and so we built a massive ramp for them. That was our outreach project. There's tons of coat drives, blanket drives, food drives, golf tournaments. Really anything that's helping the community is up for submission, and then we put it on the wall.
And one of the things that is so impressive about NAA Gives is the fact that this is the membership. These are the supporters who are in their community giving back to their community. It stays at home.
It does, absolutely. We want to make sure that anyone that wants to submit, if they're willing to submit, we want to make sure that we're highlighting them on this wall. And so every single person that submitted this year, we made sure that they had at least one picture put up on the wall, because no matter the project, big or small, it is very, very important to NAA, and they're just doing stuff out in the community.
And does the group itself come up with the concept of which organization or who is to benefit from the monies that are being raised in the community?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what organization you're helping. Different management companies and properties and associations, they decide who they are wanting to help. So it's really, really exciting to see all the different organizations. I mean, as you can see right here, Think Pink with probably Susan G. Coleman. I mean, whoever you want to help, go out there and just make sure you're making making a statement out in the community and doing your part.
Another aspect that I find very impressive is sometimes it's individuals who are volunteering.
Yes.
Sometimes it may be a multifamily group that's volunteering. The thing is that everyone who's a member or a supporter is part of the giving back process.
Yes. So, I mean, I think that a really important part of us as individuals is making sure that we're helping anybody that needs help. And so if you want to do it by yourself or do it with a company, we want to make sure that we are highlighting that on this wall. So.
And how does someone find out more about NAA Gives?
Definitely look in your emails. We'll be broadcasting the form hopefully in Q3 of this year, opening it up a lot earlier so we can get even more submissions next year, but always going to the National Apartment Association's website and then reaching out to your local affiliate with more information.
And of course, always the hashtag NAA Gives.
Absolutely, hashtag NAA Gives. Be on the lookout.
Andrea Graham, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
If you are not with us in San Diego this week, we're sorry you're missing out. But you have the opportunity to join us next June when Apartmentalize crosses coasts and arrives in the Big Peach, Atlanta, Georgia. You are not going to want to miss it, but you don't have to take just my word for it.
This place gives you an opportunity to get to know all of the things you don't know. I learn something new every time I come and attend one of these. I learn something new about the industry, or I find a vendor that was like, oh, I didn't even know that existed.
Networking is why I'm here. It's part of how we help our vendor partners, suppliers. It's how we grow our industry.
This is actually my first year, so I didn't know what to expect, but came and you guys over-delivered because I have so many contacts now, even between different regional portfolio managers, but then also all the vendors. I mean, just multiple, renovation companies and gym equipment companies, right? So now I get to go back and really find the best deals for the portfolio.
So much of this industry is about technology, and just in a couple of years, technology advances. There's a lot of new vendors. And so I think it's really important, just in 1 year's time, the amount of change this industry is seeing. And so I think if you miss a year, you kind of are missing out, especially the last couple of years that we've missed out with what's been going on. So I think it's really important. I definitely will be there next year.
We can't wait to see what's in store for Atlanta next year, or what acclaimed, accomplished speakers headline those general sessions. Apartmentalize is famous for featuring top talent in their keynote sessions, and this year is no different, with award-winning actor, author, producer, and podcaster Rob Lowe.
I have had a few different mentors through different chapters of my life. I seek out smart people. I drill them with questions, and I think we are raised up by the people around us. But the more I've done it, the more I'm glad I've done it, and the more rewards I've gotten from it. And now I'm at a place where it's really super easy for me to actually get somebody's number who I find interesting and start a relationship and begin a conversation to learn.
Perfect end to the perfect day. We just won Apartment of the year, and seeing Rob Lowe has been wonderful. He's gorgeous, and loved every minute of it.
One of my favorite things that he brought to the forefront was when he mentioned his failures. And even though he did go through those failures, he was able to push past them, and he may have missed out on some opportunities, but it brought him other opportunities.
He was real and he was raw, and it made me want to actually listen to his podcast, literally go and download it and listen to it. And I appreciate the fact that he has been one that realizes, hey, you know, actually, whenever he said, I've been a has-been 3 times, like the humility that's there and how he's been able to come back. And then I loved his joke about his brother saying, well, I don't have the Emmy, but look at my career.
The recovery, you know, going through the recovery takes you to your dream. I love that. I actually sent that quote to my family today, so I love that part of what he talks about and what he stands for.
An award-winning speaker to close out another award-worthy year of Apartmentalize. And now it's time to take it out of the convention center and into the streets. Cheers to all the attendees, exhibitors, and speakers. This Friday night party is well-deserved. We'll see you next year in Atlanta.